looks like we are recording now. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and let me know when it pops up on your side, Jose. All right, perfect. So what we're looking at right now, this is our SAWin product. It's a cloud product. It sits in the web browser. We are going to take a look at the dashboard. We're going to make our way over to the dispatch board, and then we're going to make our way over to an actual work order on how you can complete that within the software. Now, one thing that I want to keep in mind is this is a demo system, right? So it may not necessarily have the same language that you use or um, the same breakdown of the job as you use, but very customizable to you all's business. And I'll touch on that first here. So whenever we get you all set up with the company, we will go through essentially the setup. We'll add your logos in here. We'll connect your QuickBooks Online. Make sure your business address and email is tied to this. Setting up a Twilio account to ensure you can communicate with your clients via text and email. And so part of that also that setup is to ensure that we set up your accounting structure, how you receive your payments, how you all handle payroll reporting to ensure that the time allotted for the team is there. And then also when it comes to service dispatch, we want to make sure that you all have the right settings. So during the implementation period, we're going to go through this with you to ensure that we have this correct the right way, so that as you all are using the system, you're able to use it at a velocity that allows you to really take the benefit of having a software and a platform in place. So just wanted to show you that there's a lot of customization here, even if we go into the coded files, the different trades of the technicians. You'll see here we have various trades. You can add additional trades. The technician master showing all your technicians as well as your subs. You also so we do payroll reporting. We don't do necessarily payroll. So what our customers do is they'll run the hours that they clock in at the beginning of the day and the end of the day, as well as the hours on an actual job, and they run that into a report and export that into QuickBooks, T-Sheets, ADP, just to name a few. Okay, yeah, no problem. So once again, we can customize the software to your benefit. Just wanted to show you that, and then let's dig in a little bit into this dashboard. So this dashboard view is really giving you an understanding of what's happening under the hood the moment you log into the platform. Most business owners want to understand, hey, what open invoices do we have out there and why aren't they being paid? And so you got the first one here, which is the customer invoices. You can see that you have 9 that are completed, but they have not been approved. And what we can do is we can come right here to this section. We can hit details, and this allows us to see all of those customers with the right job or call number and the invoice numbers as well. So we can go ahead and get those paid in a timely manner without having to go and search and find the ones that need to be paid. We also have it to where you'll see here, do you all do any quoting? Okay, gotcha. So you'll be able to see any pending quotes you have. You can even come down here and see estimates by status. You know, how many of you all have sold, how many have quoted, how many expired. If there's any of them that were rejected by customers, you'll be able to see that here. And then you can also see your conversion rate to understand, hey, are we converting at a higher level to ensure that we get the most out of our estimates and the most value out of our estimate. A few of the other ones that I'll pay attention to is really around this tech scorecard. As you mentioned, you have about 10, I believe 10 to 12 technicians. And the benefit here is being able to see which technicians are your high performing technicians. So we have this tech scorecard that's going to let you know, hey, what are they doing? How much revenue are they bringing in per hour? What is their bill efficiency? That bill efficiency is work hours over billable hours. We also have the average ticket amount, right? And so if we see that increasing, that's great. We see that our team is actually upselling an opportunity to earn more revenue for the business. So you all can have a tech scorecard for each of your techs. And then we also have an analysis tool under the hood that's going to help you all understand how well they're performing in terms of work hours, waiting hours, drive hours, your estimates. And if you set any goals for them, you can actually have, you can see where they at in comparison to their goals. Okay. So these are just a benefit to you all. So yes, from the mobile application, we do GPS tracking. It's not your true trip history. They went from here. They made a stop. Yeah, it's not that. We do have the ability to be able to integrate with a GPS system if you already have one, but the mobile app will show where they're at on the where they're at as far as on the maps, as well as the service locations in which they're going to. Okay. And I can show you that once we head over to the dispatch board. But just as a note, this dispatch board, sorry, this dashboard, you can see here that we have a number of other widgets that you all can choose from. So all of these are and have been requested from our customer base. So we're all about enhancing and improving the platform to suit you all's needs. So you'll see here time spent analysis. If I go over to my office manager, I see more of the things that are important to the office manager. Time spent analysis. I can get the breakdown of all of my technicians, who's working more. Looks like Matt is working more than most of our techs, but we want to ensure that he's working and not waiting, right? And so looks like there's a lot more wait time here than work hours. But all of these are going to be customizable. And if you have any requests towards enhancing these, we want to hear it, because if we can receive that from you, it's not just about what you need, but how that's going to impact the larger customer base as well. And so we want to make sure we're bringing things to the table for you all so that you all can see yourself using it and using it every day. All right. And then I forgot I had this template on here. All right. Now coming over to the dispatch board. You mentioned that you have someone in the office helping you with dispatching. And when they do dispatch out to the technicians, this is what they're going to see. Now, this is our basic view. And most people are used to seeing either the horizontal time slot view like this, or the vertical time slot view, very similar to what they see on Google Calendar. All of these views are available to that dispatcher. We have some more views that are going to be coming in the very near future that we look forward to providing you all. But those three views are going to be the ones that he or she will use to ensure that you get these out in a timely manner. Now, our dispatch board does have drag and drop capabilities. So if for any reason you want to schedule something with one of your technicians, all you have to do is take that unassigned job, drag it, drop it, and now it's going to be scheduled on that technician right at the time in which I scheduled it. Okay. Now, we also have the ability to dig into some basic details by hitting the information icon on each block. We can see the AR customer accounts receivable, the work order number takes us right to that work order. We can get the problem description, any special instructions, and then the technician or technicians that are assigned. Okay. And then we can also right click on that, and we can go and do a few other things like creating a PO, sending a notification that the call was booked or the call was assigned. Maybe it was rescheduled. You also have the ability to be able to go in and send a text message out to your team, show this call to the technician. Once again, a few options that allow you to streamline that process of moving forward with getting this out and on this out to the technician out there in the field. Okay. And if for any reason you need to reschedule anything, you can either drag and drop and reschedule it for another technician, or we have this rescheduling option, which allows us to reschedule jobs en masse. Excuse me. So we can take all of the jobs, and as I scroll down to the bottom, I can move these to a new call date. So I can move these till tomorrow. I can extend all calls from today through to tomorrow, right? Or I can assign them to a different technician, or I can move them all to unassigned, right? Based off of what's happening with the business. So you don't have to do all of them, right? But let's say, for instance, a few you weren't able to get to, definitely want to get those moved over to the next day so that you all stay on top of the work that you all need to get completed. Okay. And then one other thing is you'll see here that I had a different template on here. This is just shows the customization of not having to see just one technician, but you can see, I mean, all of the technicians. You can break it down to see specifics, as well as this right here is one of my sales guys, even though it's myself, right? It's a different color. But this is my service guy over here. This is my sales guy over here. And I can see both of their schedules to ensure that for anything that we have quotes that we send out, we want to make sure that that stays on the schedule. But we don't want to do is jumble up the service schedule, right? And so this is just an opportunity for us to really get coverage on both sides of the business to make sure that there's business being drummed up and service work that's being completed. Does that make sense? Uh, yes, sir, we do. No, so we do AR, the accounts receivable. So yes, we do have the ability to invoice out of the system. You'll see here, I'm on a customer location. Broken Spoke Lounge and Deli. We have all of their work order numbers, and let me expand this or whatever so you can see that it's work order number. So we have our work order numbers here. All of our work order numbers are going to match that of the invoice number. So anytime that a customer references the work order number, it should be that of the invoice number. But you'll see here that I have an invoice. I can go ahead and click on that. If you look at this invoice, the main differences here is at the very top is going to be your company logo with your company's information. And so we have that here. We also have a few different options here. So we have the ability to show one based off of the billing category. We have a full detail one, which is the one that we saw a little bit earlier. We have the no detail, which breaks it down just a little bit. Just takes a little bit of that information away. Maybe it's something that you just want to show the customer, not necessarily the full details of all the work that you've done. And then we also have a custom one in which we could continue to build out with you to ensure that it suits you all's need when it comes to the document that you all want to push out of the system. So have the customer name, the problem description. If there's equipment in which you all service, it'll be attached. Description of the service in which you all did, and then the trip charge, labor charge, or any other charges, and the total balance due. Okay. Alrighty. And to really go through that process, and I'm just going to go back. All right. To go through that process, essentially we create a work order, right? Or a dispatcher has dispatched this to the technician out there in the field. I'm going to go ahead and open up my bear with me. I'm just adding the mobile app to the call here, and I'm going to open up the SAWin mobile app. All right, let me know when the mobile device is showing up on your screen. Okay. All righty. All right, so this is the mobile application. This is what your technicians will receive once they have a call that is booked for them. So as we saw on the dispatch board, we were able to drag and drop onto the dispatch board. I can show you how to create a work order from the office. Super simple, but I want to show you and get through the process of what your technicians are going to see out there in the field. Okay. So from here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 jobs scheduled for me today. Okay. First job is going to be, yeah, you absolutely can. So these right here have already been assigned. If you want to assign an unassigned job, we have the option. You just hit the menu option at the far right, and then you'll see here the third option from the top, unassigned calls. And then all we need to do instead of the assigned calls, there's an option of unassigned calls. These are going to be all your unassigned calls. And you can assign these by just clicking on it, and then you can go into hitting assign at the very top, and then we'll select a technician from here. Alrighty. Alrighty. So we have our first job. It's with Charlie at Broken Spoke Lounge and Deli. My second job is with Columbus Hall, Mississippi College for Women. Now, what I can do is at the first job you'll see here, there's a little bit of information that I just want to point out. We know it's Broken Spoke Lounge and Deli. We know that we're going to go out there between 8 and 10. We know that we're going to check slot machine number 2, lights not working. Now, if we look below that, we see that there's no purchase orders that are available and there's no parts that are tied to this. Keep in mind, you all can add parts and have a purchase order there, and you'll see it listed. If you go to the third block, you'll see with Kate Work, I have one purchase order that's already ready to open up and to be fulfilled, right? So we want to give you basic information on this block to ensure that you know what needs to happen as you go into the job. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and tap on that. Before I do, the last thing is they're on contract. So they may have an agreement with us to not necessarily be charged because we already charged them maybe on a monthly, or to charge them less because they're on a agreement plan. So I just wanted to point that out. I'm going to go ahead and tap on it. It's going to open up the work order screen for me. And right from here, before I can do anything, I actually need to go back. My apologies. I have to mark myself on duty in order to make changes. Okay. So I'm just going to hit that on duty. It's going to register the time for right now to ensure that I'm clocked in. So this is essentially the clocked in, clock out at the end of the day. But this right here allows me to make changes and to log these changes on the account. So I'm on duty. I see that I need to do some work with Charlie and what I need to do when I get out there. I'm going to go ahead and dispatch myself out to that location. So I'm going to hit right there in the middle under this call time. I'm going to hit the pencil. And then from here, I'm going to hit dispatch. What this does is it starts the clock for you all, right? Hey, they're driving to the location. I can see this from the dispatch board, and I can confirm that they're on the way with the customer. This also sends out the on the way notification to the customer, letting them know that they're on the way. And if your customers don't want to receive it, we can take that preference away so that they don't have to receive that message every time that you're going out to that location. Once we cost. So we start out at 249. That gives you some basic features, and then we have a 499 plan and a 799 plan. Now, what's that? Yeah, 249. Yes, sir. 249, 499, and then 799. And each of these plans allows you growth with your company. And part of it is you get unlimited users across the board. But the purpose of us doing the 249 is you're only going to get a certain amount of features. And so if you're looking for, let's say, contracts and contract billing, if you're looking for customizations of your quotes as well as documentation, then we would have to go up to the next plan, 499. If you're looking for additional time when it comes to onboarding as well as the service we provide when you implement, then that's going to be the 799 plan. So as far as like asset tracking, so not necessarily. We do have a way in which we can use the system for rentals, and that's really around. Uh, okay, 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 gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I sure can. All right. All right. That sounds good. What I'll do, I'll get this email out to you today. It's Wednesday. Should I reach back out to you by Friday, or when's a good time to follow up? Monday? Okay. And Monday morning, Monday afternoon. I know Mondays can be a little hectic. I was asking a question. Is it you prefer Monday morning or Monday afternoon? Uh, Oh yeah, I get I get it. So I'll set a follow up for Monday afternoon. I'll get this email out to you here in an hour or so. And if there's any questions whatsoever, Jose, please reach out to me. We want to answer those questions. We want to earn your business. Just let us know what we need to do to make that happen. Okay. Thank you. Have a good one.